Hi. Oh boy. Okay. So, welcome to August. Welcome to August 2022. I'm sure if you're into astrology or if you're sensitive at all, you are already feeling the energy of this month. You can, if you watched last month's, you can feel the contrast of what I'm feeling this month. I'm in sacred reverence and appreciation for the New Era Academy in July. Of course, that ended officially yesterday. And there were 7 sacred sisters, and they were so sweet and so amazing. And we had such a really powerful journey. You might feel today that the energy has shifted. What I've been hearing and seeing is do not try to be too far into the future. That was the first download and message coming through. Do not get too far in the future. You guys know I am a psychic, an intuitive, a spiritual life coach utilizing energy work, emotional intelligence, shamanism, mindfulness. Like those are the practices and the systems that create the New Era movement. I love astrology, and it is very much a part of the New Era movement. It's just not something I can facilitate. But interestingly enough, I was in my car driving last week when Achani Nicholas, her weekly download came on, and it was like I was supposed to hear the intensity of this week, the very first week of August. I mean, you don't have to be a psychic to feel, just intuitively feel the tension of this Mars, Aries, Chiron, thing going on. So I wanted to know more about my guides, from my guides. And the first card I pulled, you'll see in the clip there, is the Dragon's Duel. So anytime I get this card, right, July was about unification, trying to understand, and a lot of ancestor healing, Just every client I worked with last month, that was the theme. What survival mechanisms came through that are no longer serving you? What do you need to dig out of your subconscious, turn over, and what do you need to keep? What needs alchemized? Hopefully you did some ancestral healing last month. If not, there's always time. It's something I'm very apt to facilitate. But the Dragon's Duel, what's sticking out specifically for the month of August, rather than the duality of like up, down, good, bad, right or wrong, and we've been building towards breaking through this right or wrong, right? Because there was like, that's right, that's wrong, this is right, this is wrong, those people are great, these people suck. And morality, conscious choices, I mean, there is just so much conflict this month, inner and outer. So your tools and your resources are going to be inevitably the most important thing that you can utilize. What are your skill sets when things get really tough? Is it meditation? Is it self-care? Is it, talking to a friend or a therapist? Is it hiring a mentor or a coach? Like, what is going to get you supported? And as we move from July to August, the theme is it is less about the individual and more about getting support from a collective body. So this isn't something this month, the inner work doesn't mean you dive in alone, you dive in with a team. The 2 needs I pulled were contribution and creativity. So, any type of conflict that's happening needs expression. It needs expression. So a creative outlet, kind of moving your focus. If the focus has been on work or family or whatever it's been on, allow some space and time for some creativity this month. Also, contribution came through. Also, speaking to this group mentality, we're shifting from the age of Pisces, I, me, mine, to Aquarius, ours. So begin to think about this is the seeds, beginning to think about what is going to be your contribution in the new world, in the new era. What are you bringing into this this world, because you incarnated at this time for a reason. And you know, you're not going to get to your life's purpose as long as the dragons are dueling, right? And it isn't about like which wolf do you feed. Don't just feed the positive, nice wolf. You need to acknowledge both wolves. Yeah, you don't starve the dark, you know, the wolf that you're not liking. You bring it to light and you give it unconditional love. The other card that I pulled to kind of assist with the Dragon's Duel was this man here, the Horse King. And the horse is about power, but notice the power submitting to this guy who assistance, control. He's actually, it's about seeking help. It's about having help. That can't be a stronger message for this month, that this is not a go to the mountain, go on a retreat alone and just like be by yourself. This is the card of finding assistance, finding support, finding help, and a lot of it. You know, I do a lot. I help so many people, and I also receive a lot of help. I get massages, I get acupuncture, I get therapy, I get shamanic clearings myself, because there isn't, you know, when we go back to this is a dance, it's intertwined. If you're just feeding one part of yourself, if you're just being in one part of duality, it's not balanced. This almost looks like a figure eight, finding your balance. So anyways, get some help, get some support, find a community. And then the last card is the breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. And I could read the book, but as the psychic I am, I do that sometimes. But sometimes I like to just pick up the specific message for this situation from the card, because it's going to be different if I pull this, you know, next month, or if I pulled this for you in a personal reading. The first thing I'm noticing is the fracture of the objects. So I'm noticing the spiral, so the universe kind of stirring shit up. And then if you notice things that just aren't smooth, then a lot of these cards, these Rebecca Campbell cards, there's a lot of smoothness and symmetry. This looks like big shit that is divided. And I see her breathing up into the collective source. So, you know, let's talk breath work for a minute, right? It's a really popular, catchy term. I do some breath, I don't even call it manipulation, but like some recognizing of the breath, some intentional breaths in my workshops and retreats. But I'm not a big fan of like super intense manipulation of the breath for a long period of time. There's a time and a place, always. It's never all or nothing, but I don't see it as like beneficial this month. So if you're thinking about doing that, don't. If you're thinking about doing a big medicine ceremony, don't. This is not the time. Things are too discombobulated. They're not going to. Last month was unification. This month is restoration. Okay? All right. Don't try to micromanage other people. Don't even try to micromanage all the little bits of your life. You're getting help and support for that. But what you do want to do is make sure you are connected to spirit. Our breath is what connects us to everything around us, right? We're breathing the same breath as everyone else, all the animals. The trees came through as a little bit of giving honor and connecting with tree spirits. They can be your allies this month. There's a synergy in breath, right? When we breathe out, they breathe in, vice versa. But breath is your connection to everything that is. And so make sure, you know, when intense things happen, that you're not restricting your breathing, and maybe some intentional deep breaths when needed. I wish the best for you this month. I am gone for a couple weeks this month, but there are still some openings for private consults. I am still taking one more woman or man, anyone who feels called. I'm taking application calls for one deep dive 6-week or 2-week private Spirit Mama mentorship in September. So August is now full for that. The private readings are still available. The mentorship in September, there's one left. Get a hold of me if that resonates with you or if you hear the call. I know some of you have and you're deciding. And then I will be at Paloma this week, August 4th, for a New Era Temple time. We do some intentional breathing, some intentional anointing, some sacred journey, and some oracle card pulling. And then I have a Discover Your Own Psychic Powers class at the Reiki Center coming up. I believe that's the following week, next week. So lots of exciting ways to connect and to feel supported and to build your community in this New Era community. I wish you luck. This isn't a smooth month, but I know that you'll get through it. And remember, we're just letting the patriarchy fall. That's the whole point of this, is the systems are needing rewired and rebooted. Food system this month. Ooh, I definitely feel that. And the whole monkeypox thing. Oh, it's happening. All the waves are happening. We're here for it. We have each other.